What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today's topic is why is play the best training tool? Probably this video is due because I made a post about touch rugby at one point, which is very related to this. So you want to check that video out, please do. It took a lot of time to make that one. Did a lot of research to post on that thing as well. But today's video is going to be a bit more general, and it's all about why play is important for athletes and why coaches need to use it more. Yet for some reason, coaches do not use it at all. Before I get started, like always, if you like this channel and if you want to support me, and if you're an athlete that just also wants to improve their performance, get stronger, get faster, build muscle, be more agile, and have better conditioning to perform better in their sport, then check the link in the description. It's a link to my training team called Athletic Endeavors. The Athletic Endeavors training team is all about giving you good quality training, but at a really good price. It's $10 per month for my South African watches. That's about 170 Rand per month, which is really affordable. And you get a new program every single month. The program includes 5 days of training per week. You have 3 gym sessions and you have 2 field sessions, which either focuses always on speed, agility, and conditioning. So if you want to grab that program, go in the description and go. But for now, I'm going to get to the video. So let's talk about play. What is play? By play, I mean any sort of game that you use in sport. I think honestly, for any team sports athlete and basically team sports coach, this is an amazing tool that needs to be utilized in season, preseason, and off season. And we'll chat about why it's so versatile. First, let's talk about what is play. Well, it's a game. It's a game where you'll either have some type of rules. And when I talk about play, it can be the form of your own sport, or it can be similar to the same demands as your sport, meaning with a ball, but maybe a different ball with different types of rules. It can be considered anything as long as it's just not a static drill or normal, suicide runs, suicide shuttles, or whatever that is used. So, or it's not like a closed agility drill. Anything that is not predetermined and it's more open and there's play involved with rules and goals to achieve, ways to score points, ways to beat defenders, and essentially that is what we can classify as a game. So I think the first reason I'm going to discuss for this is I'm going to talk about why play is so underrated. Here's why I think play is underrated. And the reason I think it is because, first of all, it's very fun. Play is super fun, and therefore, coaches think it's unserious. I think when coaches think that something isn't done seriously, it's not effective. But that's actually one of the biggest benefits of play. And we'll get to that in a moment. But coaches think that because players are laughing, because players are having fun, therefore they're not doing something serious. And sometimes I believe that is what players think as well, because that is instilled by them by coaches. Because practice is serious and enjoyment means no progress is being made, which is honestly a really stupid way of thinking about training. Yes, there are moments where you need to be serious, where you need to lock in. But when it comes to conditioning, I think that is honestly and basically improving your performance and training outside, just like training in general, trying to make you better for your sport. I think that is a stupid way to think of it, because you need to try and find ways that will make you stick to a program, make you stick to coming to practice. And enjoyment is one of the best tools to be able to do that. Yeah, coaches honestly believe that it's not that effective, I believe. And also, I think it's a lack of coaches and players understanding that it's effective. I've advised many players that struggle with carryover from the gym to the field and struggle with doing their conditioning. And I told them, honest advice was, go play a bit of pickup like football to one of my athletes. And he giggled. He thought I was joking, because not because it was stupid advice, but he thought I was honestly joking. And it was real advice. And it just shows you, it kind of represents how athletes are thinking. Why, like this, it needs to be super serious. You need to run a bronco. You need to run suicides. You need to be puking out of your or everything out of your lungs to be able to consider it as effective. And I think a lack of understanding of principles. I think it's easy to look at a game and say they're enjoying themselves, you don't do it. But what happens when you try and observe what athletes are really doing? Let me take you through what athletes are really doing during a game. Athletes are Basically, this relates to sport. They are evaluating space, observing and reacting to defenders. They are basically coordinating themselves to either catch, kick, pass a ball. They're identifying space. And at the physical point, when we look at the stuff that they do, which boxes they tick in games, typically they will always be sprinting, accelerating, hitting max velocity, depending on which game you're playing. They'll be changing direction. They'll be doing this for long periods of time, which could happen because they are enjoying themselves. Therefore, they are pushing harder. And I think there is the shortcomings of drills that is highlighted. When you do a fitness drill like a Bronco or suicide shuttle, which coaches love to do, me as a player, I know how the players next to me run. I know there is a natural inhibition to push yourself to the limit when it comes to these drills. Why? It's because these drills are made and designed to survive them, not to do better at them, but to survive them. Because if they tell you 1 rep, probably it's going to be 5 more reps that the coaches are going to give. So drills are made to survive. Broncos are made to survive a lot of times. Coaches are doing fitness drills to see, can you survive? Oh, we're testing mental toughness, which completely misses the whole point of training. Take a game. Play any type of game. You can play touch rugby with a few extra bit of rules in. And I promise you a few things will happen. Players who push themselves without knowing they are pushing themselves extremely hard. You'll have players who are sprinting. You have players who are passing. So you tick type of like a skill box. You have players who are changing direction. So you tick change of direction. There's so many boxes get ticked. And you know what? Players are likely to do this way longer without any complaints than they ever would there. So you create buy-in with play. Play will always be the most undefeated tool because it's a great conditioning tool and it covers so many boxes, and players are bought into the game because they enjoy it. So you are ticking so many boxes and you have buy-in. I do not understand why coaches would think this isn't effective. You create literally athletes who want to do conditioning because most of the time they don't even know they're doing conditioning. They don't even know that in a play, when you observe, take this video for example, how many change of direction movements do you see here? And what do you also see? You see non-stop, you see constant movement. Here you see a sprint, here you see max velocity right over here. There a guy hits a sprint, and there he's doing a shuttle. You know, there's constant play and there's a constant thing of bit of everything. And that is why play is important. Play is great for you. And play is also a great way, if you've always been someone in a real match, you couldn't find that crossover. Play provides that opportunity for players to test out skills, to be fine with making mistakes because it allows them to. It's not that serious. So you get so many boxes still ticked. And honestly, that's why I always tell players in the off season, if you're in off season, go out and go play as many sports as possible. Go play as many sports as possible. That can change you as an athlete. There are many professional athletes who said they would take a break in their off season, but they will never stop playing sport. They might step out of the gym, but they will always go play a bit of pickup games, pick up basketball, pick up soccer, anything, any informal form of play. So as an athlete, it's your job as well to make sure you are still playing a lot of sport, because at the end of the day, you are an athlete, and an athlete needs to be generally good at being what? Being an athlete, which is playing sport. And coaches need to do a better job of looking at what they are actually seeing. A Bronco is just a Bronco. It's just a 1.2. It's just a fitness test. I promise you, if you let guys play a game for 5 minutes, which a Bronco usually takes for most people, probably you'll get very close to the same distance, faster running speeds. You'll get people doing passes. You'll get people actually getting better at playing a sport. You'll get change of direction. You'll get everything. You're ticking so many boxes. And honestly, you cannot compare this with a normal fitness drill. The only thing that's left for coaches is to understand that this obsession with seeing players exhausted, and you needing to see that to think that it's a very effective session needs to go away, because that stands in the way of you delivering and doing what's best for your athletes. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed it.